I'm dropping crap loads of frames tonight. I have no idea why. Welcome in, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Why are my frames so garbage? I need to go. Be right back. One more, really quick. Sorry. I gotta figure out what's going on with these frames. Alright, I have no idea what the problem is. I thought I had an idea what it might have been, but I stopped that and it's still not working, so I'm not playing a game tonight, so frames specifically shouldn't be an issue. Although if it's all glitchy, if I end up being like glitchy, like to be heard as well, just let me know, because I'll just end the stream, because there's no sense in doing that if I'm going to be all glitchy and whatnot. But all it is if all it is frame lag, then there shouldn't be a problem, because I'm not playing any games tonight. So yeah, we're just gonna catch up on chat. Mac Pacer, welcome in. Whoever's here lurking as well, welcome in. I don't know if you can hear me or if you got me muted or whatever. Let's see. Can I actually see who's here? Anyway, your rocket's not coming out like you thought. Well, I sure don't know what to tell you about that either. I'm not a builder. Had your second day at work today. They're upset because you're zooming through courses. Yeah, for some reason they always want to go be all whiny when you get done with things really fast, and it's like, but isn't that good that I got it done quick? Can you guys hear that? Do you guys hear the music? I'm hoping you can't, actually. I don't have the regular stream music going tonight. What I do have, I figured out a way for me, very little. Shit. Turn it down a little bit then. Let me turn it down just a little. But I figured out a way for me to listen to music that's not just DMCA free, but that means nothing's going to be coming through stream. But on like tonight, I think that's a good thing, because honestly, I'm tired of listening to that playlist. I gotta find some more DMCA free stuff if I'm gonna play music like that. But yeah, guys, what city should we look at first? Because we're gonna be looking for some cool buildings to put in the city. I can actually show you the one that I'm for sure putting there. My house is on this screen somewhere. I'm not going to say where, but it's on this screen somewhere. 3D models are cool and all. But yeah, this is my my tower. I'm sure you guys recognize it. And I'll actually show you how I did the 1-to-1 ratio version. I actually use this 3D model here to do it. You come up here to the ruler, and you do 3D path, and then you just change it to meters. So now when I zoom in, I want to know how far it is from this corner here to this edge here. I literally just do this, and I can see it's 6 meters. So I knew that was 6 blocks wide. No specific styles, just random buildings. Something in Ohio. Any specific city? Oh, also, if you remember from where I showed you the other building that I said was from Indianapolis, that I said was an apartment building. This is it. This is the other building here. I actually have built this one as well, but I don't think I have it. I don't think I have it saved as a schematic, but I will look into it because I think I have it. I think I have it saved as a schematic on a server through World Edit, but not with Lightmatica. But yeah, like I said, with this building, like this whole second half down here, this is all a parking garage. So, obviously I didn't need that, so I just didn't build it. And then I added the balconies down the middle because there were apartments on that server instead of being an office building like this is. I got the roof details as good as I could, and then when we added helicopters to the server with the car plug-in, I added a helipad over here. But if you actually go and look at that server, look at the top of this building, you'll see like these 3 fans and this radio tower here. But the next building I'm going to build, or it's on the list. I don't know if I'll do it first exactly, but it's on the short list of things to do towards the beginning. I can never remember which street it's by. I know it's on an angled street. There it is. Right here. This building right here. It's the Waldorf Astoria. So this is on my list. If you look, it's got like the slanted front because it's on this slanted street. I'll square that off because none of my streets will be slanted. And I'll probably not build this courtyard either because that's just extra space that's going to be taken up. So it'll probably just be the tower itself. But this building caught my eye one day when I was just browsing. Because like I said, I browse Google Earth like frequently just to look. Because I like looking at cool buildings. And this building's caught my eye. There's another one just down the street actually. This one here. This one kind of caught my eye as well. I'm not sure what building this is though. But Chicago has some cool buildings. Alright, you said Columbus, Ohio. Alright, let's back out of here. Columbus is here, if I'm not mistaken. I think I picked Columbus. Yes. Bush Boulevard. Is that on the north side, west side, south side, east side? Upper part? Is it a north-south or an east-west street? I can actually just do this. BSCH Boulevard, Columbus. Alright, found Bush Boulevard. Any specific building I'm looking for on Bush Boulevard? Apartment 405. Pacer, don't dox yourself if you're wanting me to look up your place. Don't dox yourself now. Okay, it's not your place. 6396 Bush Boulevard. Going to Street View. Can't quite read the numbers. They're a little too blurry. Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, I am going to be building apartment buildings. I was kind of thinking maybe like more like downtown styles where they're more tall than like wide because I'm trying to save ground space. It's covered below ground by the stairs. Someone literally marked their apartment on here and made it public. How do I clear this? Do I have to put it on the sidebar? I really don't want the sidebar on there. But I do need it. Let me just turn off places then. Just turn all that off actually. Yeah, I'm kind of looking more for like downtown businessy office buildings right at the moment. Columbus Speech and Hearing. There's a couple of them. Which one is it? North Broadway or Bradenton Avenue? Bradenton Avenue. Broadway. Is this it? I can only assume it is. Oop. Didn't mean to hit that. Exit ground view, please. Thank you. Street view is better. Why is that up? Why are they censoring this tree? Something about that tree is naughty, apparently. I kind of like how the glass looks kind of gold. There's a building here in town somewhere that looks kind of like that too. Is it blurred from this side? Nope. Wonder why it was blurred in the first place. That's weird. Oh, you guys want to know what's funny? Because speaking of Street View, you guys have all seen Home Alone, I take it, right? I mean, that's a Christmas classic. what's funny about Home Alone, the scene where he calls the cops, he gives an address. That is the actual address of the actual house that's actually in Chicago. 671. It's not Lincoln Boulevard, it's Lincoln Avenue. That's the only difference. It's not Boulevard, it's Avenue. But that is the actual real address of the actual Home Alone house. And they actually have that street or that house blurred out on Street View. Why does the stupid ruler thing keep popping up? This is the Home Alone house, but they have it blurred out. They also have the house across the street blurred out because those were also shown in the movie. This is the house where where the bandits rob and flood the basement, where he gets caught by them before that guy comes and saves him. I don't know why they blurred out. It ain't like we ain't seen the houses a million times. But yeah, this is the actual house. Like, they gave, like, it in the movie. That's what's so funny. In the movie, he's like, help, my house is being robbed. My address is 656 Lincoln Boulevard. My name's Murphy. Well, 656 is this house right here. But if you remember earlier in the movie where Harry and Marv were sitting in the van and Harry was showing Marv all the lighting, all the lights on timers, and he goes 671 now, and then Kevin's house lights up. So that's how you know Kevin's house is 671, and that is the actual address. The only difference is they changed Avenue to Boulevard in the movie. That's it. So I just thought that was funny that they used the actual literal address. But yep. There are some cool looking buildings in Salt Lake City. I have actually been to Salt Lake City. I think I may have seen some. Any specific buildings, Mac? Alright, I'm actually going to grab a piece of paper. And I'm actually going to write down all the buildings that I want to do. Columbus, speech, and hearing. Alright, that one's added to the list. I'm not sure how I'm going to pull off that gold glass, though, because yellow wouldn't quite work. I might just have to go with, like, generic, either clear or black, because the gold wouldn't really work. Alright, let's just, Why is this thing still on? You've seen me turn it off 4 times now. You can't mix them, though. I can stack them in front of each other, but that would make the walls even thicker. And cost twice as much glass. Clock tower. Where is it? Is this it? Capital? That's a cool looking building. Is this the clock tower you were talking about, Mac? That's it? Wow, I found it all by myself. Alright, what's this place called? That's the real question. Washington Square Park. Okay. I'll just write that down and put the city, and then I'll be able to find it from there. Washington Square Park, Salt Lake City. Alright. I should be able to find that from that. Can I make this narrower? I can. Great. You want to know what's distressing, even though it's completely normal? Looking at the Earth like this. Because in space, there's no such thing as up. For some reason, we give north the up privilege. Although there's nothing up about it. It's just north. Technically speaking, we can look at it like this, too. This is more unnatural because it doesn't spin this way, at least. At least it spins this direction. So it doesn't really matter. Let me show you some cool houses I saw when I was at that funeral last week. Farther south. Farther south. There it is. So this is where I was last Tuesday. Look at this cool house. I was sitting in this parking spot right here, just waiting. And I was just looking over here at this building. I'm like, that's a cool looking house. And then as we was driving down this street, I saw lots more cool houses. Come on, don't freeze up on me. Oh, I see, because there's a street thing there. Okay. It's farther down. Here's another one. It's kind of similar to that first one, actually. Come on, clear up. There we go. It's a business now, but you can tell that was like an actual house at some point. So yeah, I love going to like old towns and just looking at all the old like architecture. They literally don't make them like they used to anymore. I mean, look at this cool building. They don't design houses like that anymore. They just don't. You can tell they converted this house into another funeral home. The only problem is when you get into the small towns and out of the cities, they don't have the 3D models anymore. That's the only problem. Washington Gladden Social Justice Park. Whoop, if I could spell Washington Gladden Social. I'm assuming this is it. It's the only one there. This one, I take it. Yeah, that's definitely a workable building. 100%. Alright, let's see. Washington Gladden Social Justice Park. I will remember which one it is, because it's the only tall building anywhere near where that tag popped up. So this is a pretty cool building. Does it include this part too? Is this whole all one building? It sure is. That's an interesting building. Might be a little too hard to build though. Yeah, look at all the details on there. I would never be able to get these details on there. That's the problem. That's the problem with Minecraft. You can't get intricate details like that. Now, I'm going to add this to my list of buildings to build for the future, but not necessarily for the city. Because I think in order to make it look good, I would have to make it large, like really large. And it would probably be too large for the city. But I would like to build it just to build it at some point. That would be cool. So I have a separate list for this. The Welc Tower. In Columbus. Yeah, but if you scale it down, it would eliminate the purpose of having a cool building. There's actually a group of people, Pacer, that they're building the entire world in 1-to-1 scale. And I don't know, I don't think they've gotten to Columbus yet, but uh, it's amazing what they can do. I mean, they don't go super detailed with it, but like they literally just throw up like a shape that's the rough size of the buildings. But if they can be detailed, they are. I really wish I knew what was wrong with my frame rate tonight. I have no idea what's going on with it. It's driving me nuts. I'm just glad I'm not playing an actual game, because that would ruin the experience. Alright, let's throw out some more random cities. It could be anywhere in the world, not just the US. I'm not that picky. India. I don't know any cities other than well, I actually don't know any cities in India. That's the problem. Something tells me they won't have too many tall buildings anyway. And they don't have the 3Ds to figure it out. I guess I could just pop into Street View, maybe? I have to at least have Street View, or it doesn't matter. If Street View is not there, there's nothing to even work with. Nope, no Street View here, anyway. God, India's huge. Good grief. I bet Tokyo's got some cool builds. Look how dense it is. Holy crap. Let me turn off roads. Let me turn off roads. And borders. Look how dense that is. It's like, obviously, mostly wilderness, and then boom. I actually should probably turn the roads back on. Interesting, they have several little clusters of tall buildings spread out. But it looked like the big bulk of stuff was down here. And here's the bulk of this stuff. Of course, we gotta let this clear up. Takes it a minute to load. I'm moving slow so it can load in faster, maybe. Because the faster I move, the less time it has. I mean, it's dense, but like the architecture itself is kind of boring. I mean, big tall cubes. That's about it. Kind of disappointed with this architecture. It's like so similar. There's not much distinguishing it. I mean, that's like the most unique building they have, I think. But that's not something I could build easily. You guys know how circles are. That's honestly disappointing. All the advancements of Japan, and they have those boring ass buildings. Well, that yawn came out of nowhere. I guess Tokyo bored me too much. That was so disappointing. Probably the non-tall buildings look cooler. Like that their shop fronts are probably where it's all at with Tokyo. Hmm. There's a lot of cities in a small area here. I'm trying to figure out which one to look at first. Did I turn off labels like an idiot? Yes. I only wanted to turn off the borders, not the labels themselves. Probably not going to find too much in DC that's 3D, I don't think. Oh, I was wrong. I was wrong. All the actual, like, government stuff is not... they don't... Probably not too much Street View going on either. If I had to take a guess. Let's find out. Do they have Street View here? Oh, they do. That's an interesting building. See, now this is what I'm talking about. Sure, you have a few just tall cubes sitting around, but these all have different looks and feels to them. This is actually a pretty cool looking building. I have no idea what it is, though. Let's do Street View, I guess. What? Street View on the roof? That doesn't make sense. I guess that was up here. That's not where I wanted to be. I wanted it to be on the street. Please. And thank you. Wow. The building is named 10. How awesome. How does it not have a name? Buildings like this have names. Printing museum in Tokyo. Yeah, it's oval though. Round things in Minecraft. Eh. It is cool looking though. It is cool looking. Oh, that's literally where I was. We used to have a building that looked just like this here in town. It was called the RCA Dome. A cool roller coaster. There's a better building by the pine tree. What pine tree? $300-year-old pine tree. I would have thought a 300-year-old tree would be a lot taller than that. This is the one you're talking about? Yeah, that's a pretty slick building. Conrad, Tokyo. Alright, got that one added. See what I mean, though? I mean, look at this. These look so similar to each other. Nothing really stands out about them. They all have helipads for some weird reason. I have no idea how many more I need. I'm just looking for buildings. Nashville. I mean, most cities here have buildings that look different than each other. But like that was very clearly like the downtown area of Tokyo, and it was like all the same. Meanwhile, how many of these buildings look almost identical to each other? Almost none of them. Contest Hall of Fame? Never heard of that. Oh, that makes more sense. The Country Hall of Fame. Still don't know where that is, but that makes more sense. Talk about this one. I'm looking at it. Too bad curves are hard. This really looks kind of cool. Talking about this one. Those angles would be brutal. I mean, it looks cool enough, I guess. It's just, I got to think about how easy it's going to be to actually build as well. And it's got these hard angles on it. Even a 45-degree angle would be hard, but this is much more than that. Actually, it might actually be exactly 45. Let's see. Put my fingers up here. No, that's like, it's different. It's steeper than 45. Not only is it got that angle here, but it's got that... Spin around the other direction then. Not only does it have that one angle there, it's got that angle there. That one would be easier, because that's just staircasing usually. But going at an angle... boy, I tell you. Whoa! How did I get all the way out there? But this angle here is going to be brutal. Especially getting it to blend in with these. Yeah, see, there's a lot of buildings that I would build. It's just... like, the getting it to actually work with what's in the game would not necessarily be impossible, but like too time consuming, because I have to build all these twice. Keep that in mind, because I have to design it first so I know how much materials I need for it, and then I'll have to, you know, build it again. Not to mention gathering the materials for it. Oh, trust me, I know. There's so many cool buildings. So many cool buildings I would build if it was more feasible to do in the game. I mean, even here in my own city. Even here in Indianapolis, there's tons of buildings I would build if it was easier to do. Like, look at this building here. I would love to do this building here. But again, angles. Angles everywhere. The whole building is angles. The Marriott over here, it's curved. It's a cool looking building, but it's curved. I have thought about making the city county building. That's boxy enough. Yeah, I have to have street view. That's absolutely a requirement. I can get by without the 3D models, but if there's not even street view, then I can't even. Pacer, this is that building I was talking about with the gold windows. What happened? Why am I stuck? Why am I stuck? There we go. Exit ground view, please. But yeah, like this type of stuff here, going down like this street here. This is the type of thing. If I open Chrome, will that show up on here? No, it will not. Oh, because of course. And put it over on this screen. Go back to here. There we go. Yeah. If we go to the server map here. Now we toggle back to this. Buildings like this. Like these little urbanese type of buildings. All of those types of buildings are going to be what's going over here. And then the top half over here. Yeah, that's... I mean, Europe probably has them. Europe probably has a lot of Street View too. But right now I'm looking to fill in this section here. And the bottom half of this. Draw like a fictitious line right through the middle of this. The bottom half is going to be more of this. Basically where this comes through from here, draw a line straight across. All of this is going to be one big area. And then all of this is going to be its own area here. This is the suburbs. And then this is more of what this is. See, here's a cool building. It's got the angles on it. This is a cool building. But that roof, yikes. That roof is the problem. I do want to build this place. I've been in this building a lot when I was a kid. There used to be conventions held in it in the basement. And like this building has legitimate gargoyles on it. Like actual gargoyles. You can probably maybe see them. If the details, the detail's not really there, is it? Like I said, the problem is weird angles and curves. Cambridge. Get out of here with Cambridge. You can get out of here with Banker's Life, too. It's Conseco. I miss Market Square Arena. That's what I really miss. Market Square Arena was right here. It literally took up all 4 of these blocks here. It was called Market Square Arena because it went right over Market Street. But they tore that down when they built Conseco over here. I remember when they tore that down too. I watched it happen on TV, and then I ran over to the I ran over and opened the door, and then I could hear the booms because it took the booms that long to get here, get to my house from downtown. That's a cool looking building. Why have I never noticed that one before? Obviously, I've seen it. I live here and I've been in this building before. I just don't understand why I've never noticed how cool it looks before. That's what I was getting at. I've actually performed in this building here. The Arts Garden is what it's called. And then here's the mall. Any hospital is going to be made. I mean, I would like to do hospitals, police stations, firehouses, things like that, but like, I'll have to see what kind of room I have. Because hospitals are usually fairly large. Like, for example, here's a... I'm turned around. Here it is. I thought I was looking right at it. Here's one hospital. It's huge. I gotta go down here in September. I park right underneath this awning here. What sucks getting there right now, they have both splits all tore up. This interchange is being completely rebuilt. This interchange is getting completely rebuilt. So you can't, you get forced off at some point when you get to here. So when you're coming from the east side like me, I live over here somewhere. I'm not going to point to exactly where. But when you're coming down this freeway here to get over to here, the only thing you can really do is hop off somewhere and take the back streets, and this is the only place you can get off before then. And then you have to come up here and take 25th Street over. And even that doesn't cut over all the way. Or does it? It turns into some other street, but maybe it does, actually. Anyway, point is, when your main way of travel is severed, I'll be so glad when they finish that too. My God, traffic has been nightmarish because you can't cut through here. So if you're coming from out of town on 70 here, and you're wanting to keep going on 70 the rest of the way out of town, instead of going straight through the middle like before, you're gonna have to go around south. And same thing if you're going west on there. Or you know what I'm saying, the opposite way. Same thing with 65. If you're coming from south of Indianapolis and you want to go to Chicago, you can't just cut through anymore. You have to go all the way around. And let me just tell you, traffic on the south from here all the way around to here is garbage right now. I mean garbage. Even during the day, it's like it's rush hour because traffic is just that bad, because you're filtering basically 4 freeways worth of traffic into one freeway. I'll be so glad when that crap's done. By the way, I can see my house in this screen. I'm not going to say where, but now you guys can, if you get, just take a look. You can say you've seen my house now, sort of. I'm not going to point to it, but it is on the screen right now. All right. Old hospital building in Cedar City, Utah. Cedar City, Utah. All right. Uh, Anywhere specific, Mac? Oh my god, my frame rates are so trash tonight. Usually, like all these other times I've streamed up until today, I drop maybe 0.1% of my frames. I'm sitting at 33 right now. And I have no idea why. No idea why. I have done nothing different. Maybe just look up a hospital. Watch me get flack for that one. It's really close to where I was just looking. Up here. When I typed in hospital, this is what came up. Cedar City Hospital Emergency Department. Is this it, Mac? It's behind the emergency department. So, uh, behind from the front, or in which way is the front? Is this the front, or is this the front? Is this it? This little itty bitty building? It's an animal hospital. Big brown building. And let me just go back into Street View because there's. Why is that building blurred out? And now it's not. What the hell? Big brown building. I must be in the wrong place somewhere. Big brown building, big brown building. It should be behind this one. Behind the human hospital. That's where I was. Here's the human hospital. And right behind there is this little building here. And then over here is housing or apartments or something. Do you not see it on here? Maybe they tore it down since the last time you saw it? Across the street. Alright, well, there's only 3 options here. This one? Okay, how about this? Option 1, option 2, option 3. Behind the backwards C. So here. This? Office space for sale or lease. There's the number. There's another one just like it next to it, too. I could probably work with this. Wish it would let me in that parking lot. I kind of like this one better. It's thinking strictly how it would be built. Having dormers that close together would be hard to do without making it huge. This one has fewer of those. It has 2 big ones instead of 3 tiny ones. I wonder if I can get behind it and see the back. Maybe? Nope. Well, that sucks. It looks like it's mirrored front to back, though. That's handy. You can tell that just by looking from the roof, I guess. That looks to be like the biggest difference. This one's bigger. It's more squared off. Yeah, like I said, just strictly speaking on how easy it would be to build, I'm thinking this one. Because it's got just those 2 big dormers instead of the 3 tiny ones. Or 1 big dormer, I should say, instead of 3 tiny ones. Alright, what's the name of this town again? Cedar something? Cedar City? Cedar City, Utah hospital thing. All right. All right, Pacer. 31 Old Broad Street. Is it this really tall one, or is it the one next to it? The little dot wasn't exactly clear. "31 Old Broad Street." The tall one. Okay. I do like it. But those angles, though. I mean, I could fudge it a little bit. Like this would be straight, and then it would jut out, and then it'd be straight. But then it's at that weird angle. And then another weird angle. And then another weird angle. Well, I mean, the walls themselves are straight. It's the angles that they're at compared to each other. Like, this wall is straight, yes, but then it's at this weird angle. And like I said, the walls themselves are physically straight. But you have an angle coming this way. Where's the line tool? It's been a while since I've used this. Where's the line tool? Let's do a path. Oh, clear that. Just do a line. Maybe it has to be a 3D path then. Good grief. From here to here. You have a line there. And then from here to here. See, it's like it's a cool looking building. Like it, if I had unlimited time, I might be able to work something out with it. But I need things that'll be semi easy to get knocked out. Yeah, the bullet building. Now see, this is a cool looking building too, but those are just nuts. That's the problem. A lot of the cool buildings are just like getting them to work in game. It would just be too complex. Now, if I had, like I said, unlimited time where I can just sit and fiddle with it and fiddle with it and fiddle with it till I got it to work, then yeah, I could probably get most of these to work. But time is a factor. I have to consider the time it will take to actually build to design it, and then gather the resources for it, and then rebuild it. So see, here's a cool looking building too, but same problem. Well, it's not square. Isn't necessarily the thing. Uh, they don't have to be exactly square, but like the overall lines can't be too angled because angled buildings just look weird to begin with. Like for example here, this isn't a perfect square, but none of the lines are angled. The walls are parallel to each other. So even though it's not an actual literal square, the differences in depth doesn't change with the angle. The angle stays the same. They're square. They're square to each other, but not a literal square. So like it's just a matter of, like 4 or 5 blocks here, and then 4 or 5 blocks sticking out, and then another 4 or 5 blocks going this way. Versus 4 or 5 blocks going this way, and then at an angle coming back 4 or 5 blocks. That's what I'm trying to get at. That's actually a pretty cool building here, though. Legit. What is this called? Problem is, Street View is probably non-existent. Oh, Street View is garbage. I like this building, though. I gotta remember to quit looking up when I leave Street View, because it messes me up. There we go. I have no idea where I am now. Oh. Still in London. Now I can't find where I was. I can't find where I was. There's the bullet building. Seems like I came across the river here to point out this building, and then over here. I'll watch the VOD back and figure out what the name of that building was. I know I had it on the screen for a minute. But yeah, I'll watch the VOD back and get that. Because I'm not looking anymore for it. Alright. Go back north, because north is easiest. Let's try New York. Why not? Only got a bajillion buildings there to pick from. A gajillion. If I was a billionaire, I'd live in this tower here. Look at the views you would have. Let's see. Look at the views you'd have. Look at that. Okay, Pacer. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Let's see, now this is a cool building too, but again, the angles. See, I'll definitely be coming to New York for buildings like these. Because these is going to be what's filling in big areas like this. Combining them, I wouldn't be good at that. I wouldn't be very good at that. It's a pretty cool looking building. Yeah, I like that. Why does it keep turning on the ruler? That's really starting to drive me crazy. Every time I exit Street View, it turns on the friggin' ruler. Alright, what was that building called? Columbus Square, wasn't it? Yep. Columbus Square, New York. I got 6 so far. And some of them are really just a maybe. Ooh. Archways. Figures. Yeah, looking for places always sounds easy until you go to actually do it. Wish this map would clear up. There we go. This is kind of a cool looking place. You can tell they squeeze in anywhere they can. You can tell these buildings were here, and then they built this one, and then as soon as they cleared the roof of the buildings next to it, they added the balconies. Oh, that's funny. Problem in New York is there's too many buildings to pick from. See, here's a cool building, but circles. Here's a cool building, but again, angles. Actually, to be fair, the building may be at an angle. But if you treat these as roughly square, I mean, they're half circles, but there's just shave off a corner, I guess. Uh, it's like straight, and then it drops down, and it's straight, and it drops down, and it's straight, it drops down, it's straight, it drops down, and it's straight. The effect is an angle. Interesting. The Corinthian. That's a cool looking building. The Corinthian. New York. Gotta remember to look down. There we go. And again, how many times do I have to do that? Every single time, probably. Ooh, that's a cool building. Wonder how old this building is. Probably 100 years or older. Look at that building. Always building in New York, it seems. So many freaking people. Gotta have places to put them. Still under construction in the 3D model here. Problem with buildings like that, they're not done yet, so check out LA. If I can find it. I'm too far north. There we go. Made a big mistake at Walmart. My mistake always seems to be going. Because there's always lines. And they hardly ever have everything I went for. You bought light apple juice and it's gross. See, again, a lot of cool buildings, but with curves and angles and crap. It's just not really a good fit. Curves. You know, considering how big LA is, their downtown isn't actually all that dense. LA spreads out more than it is dense. At least with the downtown areas. I mean, downtown is right there. All this other stuff is all like just regular city stuff. I've been here before. Balboa Island. Don't know why we went there. I wasn't the one driving. But there was sure a long line of cars crossing the one bridge onto it. I guess it's a shopping town or something. Somewhere along here. Can't remember where off the top of my head. There's like a little park you walk through. I don't think it was this. I really don't remember. It could have been any of these, actually. Anyway, we went through this little park. And I think it was along here somewhere, actually. In fact, I know it was. It's somewhere along here. We went through this trail. I think it was one of these. Might have even been this actual one. Yeah. I've been on this beach before. I'm pretty sure. Like I said, I wasn't driving at the time, so I don't know where we were. Because if I wasn't driving, I wasn't paying attention to where we were going. I just got out when we stopped. I'm pretty sure it's this, though. The overall look of it is very similar to what I remember seeing. Let's see what San Francisco has. You know, there's a cool looking building, but again, angles. Although angles on the sides of buildings isn't as big a deal as the actual side of the building being made on an angle. See, I think the whole point of this is because the building is at a weird shape. It bulges out and shrinks in places. Know how many blocks it takes to one-shot skeletons and separate zombies? I think they die at the same fall distance. To be honest, I think they die at the same distance. So if you kill one, you kill both. I would like to go to San Francisco at some point. That's how I feel about this bottle of Jim Beam I got. I bought it just because it had my favorite baseball team plastered all over it. It was themed after my baseball team, and uh, turns out I don't like Jim Beam straight, and it kind of ruins mixing it in with Coke. Coke only somewhat helps. So I've been suffering through that bottle for a while. I'm still not done with it. And it's been a few months now. Does Oakland have anything? Maybe. Maybe. And again, maybe not. Yeah, I would like to go to San Francisco at some point. I wanted to go when we went to California that time in the first place, but just didn't happen. Hey, look, it's the future home of Starfleet. All this crap gets torn out and it becomes Starfleet. I think I need a break from this. I'm running out of ideas of places to look. Ugh. Yeah, I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night. I am a little tired tonight. Plus, I had a busy day. That's why I didn't get much sleep last night. I had to get up early. Can't I remember which street it was? Well, they got subdivisions going on that might not look the same anymore. Eh. I'll rest. I get to sleep in tomorrow. And even if I don't, I definitely get to sleep in Wednesday. I don't have a thing to do on Wednesday, and it's gonna be glorious. You have to wake up at 8 and you're not happy? Yeah, same. I'm a night owl too. Those are some cool buildings, but I mean, look at the shape of it. Yeah, I get it. They always want to teach you crap that's useless. I mean, that seems to be the purpose of learning anything. They teach you all the useless crap. And the stuff that you actually need, they leave out. Yeah, I think I need a break from this. I'm not having any luck with these random places. I do need to do my Star Trek Online daily. I'm guessing this is on display capture. Yep. Okay, that makes sense. Alright. Get my controller. I'll just do my daily real quick before I wrap up for the night. I've actually been going 2.5 hours already. So I'm not far off from my normal length. And by the time this is done, it should be about that time, so. I'm not even going to bother changing the stream title. I also just remembered something. I forgot to let everyone know in Discord that I went live. I put the reminder in earlier, but I forgot to do the thing. I forgot to do the thing.
A research team is analyzing. The mission won't complete itself.
Alright. Last day to do it, and it's my last one. I should have been... I missed a few days. I should have kept on it more so I could get closer to this, but I'm sure that these last two events will be enough if you do the bare minimum to get those. So we're just gonna get this last TFO knocked out. I did not, Mac. I did not. Like I said, I posted the reminder that I was starting in a half hour earlier tonight, but I didn't actually, when I went live, do it. I did not. Ooh, blue ship. Interesting. Hearing aids making everything sound weird. That sucks. Is the battery dying on it or something? Maybe that's why. How do you guys like my ship, by the way? It was a different Discord notification you got and it didn't look at it. Yeah, like I said, I forgot to do it. Like an idiot.
Enemy ships approaching. On an attack vector.
Turn. I remember when you first start this game, you get like the crappiest ship ever. And like turning takes forever. Like legit, Watch how slow I'm turning here. You would turn even slower than this. Or at least as slow at that as that. It took forever to make turns. And turning is kind of important. Not only that, you move super slow because you don't have a very good engine. Now I can practically turn on a dime. Watch this. Let me get above this thing real quick. And I'm just going to start turning. It takes it just a second to kick in with the hard turn, but once it does, it's just a slightly wobbly circle. I'm almost spinning in place. I couldn't do this if my life depended on it when I first started this game.
Multiple enemy signals on sensors. Get ready.
Make sure my fighters are topped off. Coming in from there. I don't know if you noticed, but I just blew all of those guys out of the sky at once. I love that move. I wish it didn't take so long for it to recharge. But it does. It takes quite a while. There it goes. And they're dead. It's such a good move. It just takes so long for it to recharge. Pin these guys back over here. Keep it away from the satellites. Torch their warp cores. And then torch them. Hearing aid had water droplet in it from moisture. Yikes. Look at that. Look at that. One hit took out most of them. This guy had a little bit of protection, I think. Either that or he just didn't get targeted. Made me sound deep. It might have just been my voice. Sometimes I can talk low like that. Not always, but sometimes. Oh, also I can cloak myself and go invisible. Now I can see myself because I need to be able to see myself, but nobody else can see me right now. That's why I'm not getting shot at. I can park right in front of this guy and not get shot at. Oh. I got hit with a radius effect, and that took it off of me. That's alright. I will just hit him with the warp core breach. And then shoot him. And then when he blows up, it goes big boom and takes out some of his enemies, or his friends' health. That's the word. Are my weapons offline? Yeah, they were. There we go. Let's say, why am I not shooting at this guy? I was in range. Alright, time to upgrade the satellites.
Satellite upgrades are now available. Heads up. The enemy flagships are coming to attack.
It's got the last section of terraform down the hill. Nice. Mac, on the rivers, on the ones on the east section, I roughly marked out where I kind of want it to be with path blocks. And then on the far east side, I just left the stone in place of where I want it to go through. Because I knew you'd have to dig it out to make it look more natural anyway, so I just left the stone in place. Now the one on the west side, I haven't done that to yet. Or I put the path in, but not like the width. Also, there's a new section on the south side that needs to be edged like you did for that first part. You know what I'm talking about? You remember that part that I left? I ended up taking it out. So where I cut it off, it needs to be fixed up. I'll explain it better next time I'm on. By the way, before you leave the hill, could you go around like the whole thing and just give like a once over on like where I did all the stuff just to make sure it looks alright? If it doesn't need it, then it doesn't need it. But if it does, just give it a once over.
Generator alpha is at 75%.
Okay, thanks. Sweet. $20 more seconds, this thing's over, finally. It's like this... It's not hard, but it's... I like the TFOs where once you hit benchmarks, it's over. Versus, oh, you just have to survive for this amount of time. It's like... That is like beyond not hard. But then they make it like 10 minutes. Alright, which one do I need next? I need Lurkers marks.
Well done. We'll continue to
Yeah. Another 100 of those. Alright. Leave the map. Alright. Nice. Got that reward. And here it is. Advanced Universal Tech Upgrade. Enhanced Universal Tech Upgrade. Or one special edition. But I'll take that Tech Upgrade, please. I will take all 3 of those Tech Upgrades. Please and spank you. And then I got Coalition Repulsor Armor. How does that compare to my current armor? Not as good physical, not as good kinetic. Better energy. It doesn't even do Polaron, but it increases my run speed. It gives me 25% bonus damage. Gives me other types of resistance. I think I'm going to switch to this. I think I really am going to switch to this. Indeed. I'll swap that in. Indeed. And then I can give this armor, actually, to someone else. Like her. And then it's level 10. That's a downgrade. This would be... That's an upgrade. Alright, now I will just get rid of this garbage. There we go. Alright. That's about it. Oh, you guys want to see something fun, though? Here's Earth. Watch how fast I can go around it. We'll just start right here with Africa. So we'll end when I get back to Africa. Because here's the rough equator anyway. Anyway, also notice how much higher in orbit we would be compared to like the space station. The space station takes like an hour and a half to go around. We're so much higher up than the space station would be. There's Australia. There's New Zealand. South America's coming around here. And coming back up on Africa. I just circled the whole world in like what, a minute? Minute and a half? Versus an hour and a half at a much lower orbit. These starships, man, they can move. Get over here in the sunlight. Look how shiny my ship actually is. This shield actually makes me quite reflective. Anyway. That's about it for this game. Whoops. Wrong button. Yeah, Mac, if you look at the stream real quick, I'll point out what I was thinking with this river. Just let me know when you're watching. Close out of this while I'm at it. All right. So for this one, it can go right up to the edge of where I left this next step up. So like right along here. I know the path blocks went over that edge, but just bring it right up to that edge, I guess. And then from roughly right here where it's kind of flat, and then it doesn't have to be a straight line, but like just roughly between here and here, just roughly in this area. And then obviously this area here needs to be connected through. And then this area here, like this edge here is all natural, I'm pretty sure. Because I didn't have to dig any of that. Anything with exposed stone is where I've dug. Anything that's grass is probably where it was already there. But just between these two, it doesn't have to be as wide as this. And obviously not a straight line either. Anything that's left, I'll clean up with and replace it with dirt later. And then the same here, disconnected through, and then the same here, disconnected through. Same here, disconnected through. And then everywhere there's stone, just shave it right out. And then on this side, I kind of shaved it off flat. So this edge will need terraformed as well. And then down here, this section that I left initially, I shaved it flat too. So this edge right here is flat. Do exactly what you did with here. Here, just push it back. Don't bring it forward. Push it back like you did here. And then, obviously, this south wall here. You can bring it forward a little bit. Like, I think I left... Let me look at the overall view. I think there's one gap, or one row of torches. Yeah, you can see here I left it off. So it can come forward a little bit. But I would prefer it to be pushed back instead. But if it does need to come forward in a couple spots, that's fine. Also, over here, this edge right here, this is where that cove was. If you remember that cove that I was talking about, I did cover that over. I just made that straight. If it doesn't bother me being straight, but if you wanted to come through and like make it look a little more natural, I wouldn't be mad at that either. But that's up to you. Like, that's not a requirement. Like I said, it's fine with me if it's straight like that. In fact, I may go through and make that like a key wall or something. So it would be straight on purpose. We'll see. So that's that one's up to you. But that's it. I think that's everything I needed for you to do. Because you did all of this already. Yeah, I think that's it. Pretty sure. I can't think of anything else, just the rivers and those two bits on the south. So much work. This map looks so different now. I mean, just look at this place. This whole area looked like this. And then I talked with Jen, and once I get the roads in, we're going to make a road linking our two bases together. It's going to cut through here to make it look like it's a road out of town. At some point, with all these mountains in the area, I might make roads that like look like they're going into a tunnel into the mountain, but then it just goes nowhere. It's just like a blacked out tunnel. I might actually do that to make it look like there's roads in and out of the city. Because this is a huge mountain. Just make a tunnel, cut it off, just make it look like it's going somewhere. There's a mountain here. Same thing. This is mountain-ish. Yeah, there's a mountain here. I could have a road going in there. And then this one, it'll actually go somewhere. But that's a ways down the road yet. Ways down the road into a tunnel that goes nowhere. So much work done, but so much more left to do. Gives me a headache thinking about it sometimes. It's like, what the hell was I thinking, making such a big friggin' base? Oh. Just thinking about all the concrete. Thankfully, though, concrete is going to be quite easy to procure. So I don't have to worry about concrete so much. Don't really have to worry about glass that much either, to be fair. Emmy has a gravity block duper. So I can just dupe infinite sand, infinite concrete. I just make... I don't know exactly how it works, but if it's literally duping, it sounds like I would only need one to start with, and then I can just dupe everything from there. So I just need one of every color, and then sand and gravel, and then I can just dupe everything. Normally I'd be like, is that legal? But Emmy's the one that told me to do it, so if he's saying it's fine, I mean, his word is gospel on this server, so he's the boss, so if he says it's fine, it's fine. So I'll take advantage. I will take full advantage if he's cool with it. And it was, like I said, it was his idea. I didn't even know that was a thing, much less that fact that he had one. But he does. I'll have to figure out how it works though. But he was like, I was like, man, I was talking to him. I was like, dude, I weep for the amount of concrete I'm gonna have to get. He's like, you can always just dupe it. I'm like, what? Like, yeah, just get the concrete powder and go to the gravity block duper. I'm like, that's a thing. He's like, yep. I'm like, all right. You ain't gotta twist my arm to exploit stuff. You want to give me creative mode while we're at it? I did the hard part in survival. Can I at least do the fun part in creative? But that's pushing it a little too far, of course. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up for the night because I don't have anything else to do. So I'm gonna see. In fact, let's just look right here together. Let's look together. Who's on? Carrot's on. Ooh, Mary. I haven't been able to raid into Mary yet. I think we're gonna raid into Mary. I haven't had a chance to raid Mary yet. So let me get that going. I need the other screen. Where is my... There it is. Raid channel. Mary Majora. Alright. You guys know the deal. Hashtag metal raid. If you have raid or hype emotes, throw them in there. I don't have any emotes yet. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. But I don't know how soon is. I say soon as vaguely as humanly possible. But I'm going to go ahead and hit that raid button and get things rolling. Just a heads up, Mary is not entirely family friendly, but if Mac, I know you don't necessarily care for that, but just pop in, say hi, and then leave. It's not like she's overtly that way, but you know, you're probably gonna catch some swears if you stay too long. But just pop in, say hello, and go ahead and pop on out, because I know that's not your thing, Mac. But actually should put that screen back up so I can see when the raid's gonna end. Anyway, I'm actually just gonna hit that button now. Thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for the suggestions. I got a few tonight at least, and I can start working on those maybe in tomorrow's stream. So actually tomorrow what I'm probably going to do is work on the raid farm. I'll probably work on not the raid farm, the Wither Rose farm. And then once I have the Wither Roses, then I can make the Shulker farm. I'll probably work on those on stream first. But I'm going to go ahead and hit that raid now button. The timer's almost up anyway. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow night. Thanks for being here. Let's go say hi to Mary, and then Mac, you can go ahead and jet. So see you guys tomorrow.